There are moments lately where you pause and something feels off, not in a scary way, but in a deeply unfamiliar way. Your body, once predictable and routine, now feels like it's operating on a different frequency. You wake up and don't feel like the same person who went asleep. And it's not just mental, it's physical. Your energy, your posture, your reactions, they've all started to change. You might find yourself asking, what is happening to me? And the truth is, most people around you won't understand this shift. They'll tell you it's stress, hormones, or imagination. But deep down, you know this is something more, something deeper, something that doesn't have a simple explanation. This is the beginning of transformation. Not the kind that shows instantly on the outside, but the kind that rewires you from within. It's like your body is trying to align with a new version of yourself, one that your old habits can't keep up with anymore. Have you noticed how certain environments now feel heavier than before, or how your body reacts strongly to things that never bothered you? That's not weakness, that's sensitivity awakening. Your system is recalibrating. If this resonates with you, pause for a second and comment below. I feel the shift. And if you're ready to understand what's really happening to you, make sure you're subscribed to Mirror of the Soul, because what we're uncovering here most people never even realize. Out of nowhere, your energy crashes. One moment you're fine and the next, it feels like your body has been drained completely. Not normal tiredness, but a deep, almost spiritual exhaustion that sleep doesn't fully fix. This kind of fatigue can be frustrating, especially if you're someone who used to be highly active or disciplined. You might start blaming yourself, thinking you've become lazy or unmotivated. But that's not what's happening here. Your body is undergoing internal reconstruction. Just like a machine being upgraded, it requires downtime. It needs moments where everything slows down so deeper processes can take place. And those processes demand energy, your energy. Think about it. Even during physical healing, your body forces you to rest. This is no different, except the healing is happening on a level you can't fully see. Your nervous system, your emotional patterns, even your awareness, all of it is being rewired. You try to sleep, but your mind won't settle. Or maybe you wake up at strange hours, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., feeling wide awake for no reason. It's like your internal clock has been rewritten without your permission. At first, it's frustrating. You toss and turn, wondering why your body refuses to follow a normal rhythm. But over time, you begin to notice something interesting. Those quiet hours carry a different kind of energy. Late at night or early in the morning, your thoughts feel clearer. Your emotions rise to the surface. You start reflecting, questioning, understanding things about yourself that you usually ignore during the day. This isn't random. These are moments of heightened awareness. When the world is silent, your inner voice gets louder, and your body, it's adjusting to that new level of consciousness. Something strange is happening. You can feel people now. Not just their words, but their energy. You walk into a room and instantly sense tension, negativity, or peace without anyone saying a word. This can be overwhelming at first. Crowded places feel draining. Certain conversations exhaust you. Even people you once felt comfortable around now feel different. It's not that they've changed, you have. Your awareness has expanded, and with it, your sensitivity. You're no longer operating on a surface level. You're picking up on what's hidden beneath. And your body reacts accordingly, either pulling you closer or pushing you away. Foods you once loved don't feel the same anymore. Some even make you feel heavy, uncomfortable, or strangely disconnected. Meanwhile, your body starts craving things you never cared about before. This isn't random. Your body is asking for different fuel because it's functioning differently now. Just like an athlete adjusts their diet based on performance, your system is adjusting based on transformation. You may find yourself drawn to lighter, cleaner foods, or even going through phases where you don't feel hungry at all. And then suddenly, your appetite returns stronger than before. This cycle can feel confusing, but it's actually your body communicating with you in a new way. The problem is, we're not used to listening. There are moments when emotions rise inside you like a sudden storm. You might feel overwhelming sadness, unexpected joy, or even anger that seems to come out of nowhere. And the most confusing part, there's no clear external trigger. At first, you try to rationalize it. You search for reasons, replay conversations, and question your mental state, but nothing fully explains the depth of what you're feeling. It's as if your emotions are no longer tied to events. They're being released from somewhere deeper. What's happening is emotional detox. Your body is purging suppressed feelings you've carried for years, pain you ignored, grief you buried, and even joy you never allowed yourself to fully experience. It's all rising now, asking to be felt, not avoided. This is why you might cry without understanding why, or feel a wave of nostalgia so strong it almost takes your breath away. These are not breakdowns, they are breakthroughs in disguise. Tingling in your hands, pressure in your chest, sudden chills or warmth moving through your body. These sensations can feel strange, almost unsettling, especially when there's no medical explanation. You might even start to worry. Is something wrong with me? But here's the truth most people won't tell you. Your body is becoming more responsive to your internal state. It's like a signal system that's suddenly turned on after being dormant for years. These sensations often appear when you're thinking deeply, feeling strongly, or going through moments of realization. It's as if your body is physically reacting to your awareness expanding. Think about how your heart races when you're afraid or excited. Now imagine that same connection but amplified. That's what you're experiencing, an intensified link between your mind, emotions, and physical body. The hobbies, conversations, and routines that once lit you up now feel dull. You try to engage with them, but something inside you just doesn't connect the same way anymore. This can be one of the most confusing parts of the journey. You might feel guilty or even scared, wondering if you're losing yourself. But in reality, you're not losing who you are, you're shedding who you used to be. Growth often feels like loss before it feels like expansion. You're outgrowing environments, interests, and even identities that once defined you. And that creates a temporary void. But here, the key. That emptiness is not the end. It's space being made for something new, something more aligned with the person you're becoming. You're starting to know things without knowing how you know them. A feeling about a person turns out to be true. A decision you almost ignored ends up being the right one. It's like an inner voice is guiding you, and it's getting louder. At first, you might doubt it. You second-guess yourself, wondering if it's just coincidence or overthinking. But the more you pay attention, the more accurate it becomes. This isn't magic, it's awareness. Your mind is becoming less cluttered, your perception more refined. You're picking up on subtle cues, patterns, and energies that you previously overlooked. And your body plays a huge role in this. That gut feeling, that sudden tension or calmness, those are signals. Your body is speaking to you in ways you're only now beginning to understand. You're spending more time alone, but it doesn't feel like loneliness. It feels necessary, peaceful even, like you're finally hearing yourself without the noise of the outside world. At the same time, people might not understand this shift. They may think you're withdrawing or becoming distant, but what they don't see is that this isolation is not about disconnection, it's about realignment. You're learning who you are without influence, without pressure, without needing validation, and that requires space. In these quiet moments, you begin to reflect deeply. You question your past, your patterns, your purpose, and slowly, you start to see yourself more clearly than ever before. But let me ask you something. Are you alone, or are you finally meeting your true self? Situations you once tolerated now feel unbearable. Gossip, drama, toxic environments. They don't just annoy you anymore, they physically drain you. It's like your body has developed a defense system that immediately pushes back against anything misaligned with your energy. You feel it in your chest, your stomach, your overall mood. This is not weakness, it's awareness. You're no longer numbing yourself to negativity. You're recognizing it, feeling it, and instinctively protecting yourself from it. That's why you might start setting boundaries more firmly, saying no more often, walking away from things you once would have endured. And yes, some people won't like this new version of you, but that's because they benefited from the old one. There's an internal push you can't ignore anymore, a feeling that something in your life needs to change, your path, your habits, maybe even your purpose. It's not external pressure. No one is forcing you, but inside it feels urgent, like staying the same is no longer an option. This can feel overwhelming. You might not even know what needs to change yet, only that something does, and that uncertainty can be uncomfortable. But here, the truth. Clarity often comes after movement, not before it. Your body and mind are aligning toward a new direction, and that pressure you feel, it's not there to stress you, it's there to guide you. So instead of asking, "Why do I feel this?" ask, "What is this trying to move me toward?" Suddenly, the beliefs you grew up with don't feel as solid anymore. The ideas, rules, and truths you once accepted without question now feel incomplete or even false. It's not that you're rejecting everything blindly. It's that your awareness has expanded, and now you're seeing multiple layers where you once saw only one. What used to feel certain now feels limited. This can be uncomfortable, even isolating, because when your perspective changes, it often separates you from people who still see the world the old way. Conversations feel different. You hold back your thoughts because you know they won't fully understand. But this questioning is not confusion, it's awakening. It's the process of breaking free from unconscious patterns and inherited thinking. There are moments when you feel like you're observing life instead of fully participating in it, like you're present, but also slightly detached. This feeling can be strange. You might wonder if something is wrong or if you're losing your connection to reality. But look deeper, because alongside that detachment is a powerful sense of awareness. You notice details others miss. You see patterns in behavior, in conversations, in life itself. It's like stepping back has given you a clearer view of everything. This is not disconnection, it's elevation. You're no longer lost in the noise. You're seeing it from above. But here's the challenge. Can you stay grounded while expanding your awareness? The version of you that once felt so real is slowly dissolving. The habits, reactions, and even personality traits you identified with are no longer as strong. At times, this can feel like losing yourself. You might think, "I don't even know who I am anymore." And that thought can be unsettling. But what if that's the point? You're not losing yourself. You're releasing a version of you that was built on survival, conditioning, and past experiences. And what's left behind is something more authentic, something more aligned. This is the in-between phase, the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. And yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. Things that once satisfied you, comfort, routine, distraction, no longer feel enough. There's a deeper hunger inside you now, a need for meaning, for purpose, for something that truly fulfills you. You start asking bigger questions. Why am I here? What am I meant to do? And those questions don't go away easily. This shift can disrupt your life. You may feel restless in situations that once felt fine. Jobs, relationships, daily routines, they all come under scrutiny. But this is not dissatisfaction. It's alignment trying to happen. Your body, your mind, your entire being is pushing you toward something greater, something that resonates with your true self. You think of something and it happens. You see repeating numbers. You hear the same message from different sources. It feels like life is speaking to you in patterns. At first, you brush it off as coincidence, but when it keeps happening, you can't ignore it anymore. It feels intentional, almost like guidance. These synchronicities are not random. They are reflections of alignment. When your internal state begins to shift, your external reality starts responding in subtle ways. It's like you've tuned into a frequency where things begin to connect more clearly. But here, the key. Awareness is what makes them visible. They were always there, you just weren't seeing them before. At this stage, something shifts inside you and it's powerful. All the confusion, the emotional waves, the physical changes, they begin to feel less random and more intentional. It's like invisible pieces are slowly coming together. You may start noticing patterns in your life, repeated signs, meaningful coincidences, moments that feel too aligned to be accidental. It's as if something unseen is gently guiding you, placing you exactly where you need to be at the right time. And the most surprising part, your body responds to this guidance. You feel calm when you're on the right path and uneasy when you're not. It's no longer just a mental decision. Your entire being reacts to alignment. One of the deepest, and sometimes most emotional, parts of this journey is realizing that you're no longer the person you once were. The way you think, react, and see the world, it has changed. You might look back at your past self and feel a strange distance. Not shame, not regret, just separation. Like you're observing a version of you that no longer exists. This detachment can feel bittersweet. There's a quiet mourning for the old you, the one who didn't know, didn't feel, didn't question as deeply. But there's also a growing pride because you've evolved beyond that version. Your body reflects this too. The things you once tolerated now feel impossible to accept. The habits you once clung to now feel heavy and out of place. And here it is, the moment everything makes sense. All the confusion, the exhaustion, the emotional intensity, the isolation, the physical sensations, none of it was random. It was preparation. It was alignment. It was transformation. You weren't breaking down, you were breaking open. Your body wasn't failing you, it was upgrading you. Your life wasn't falling apart. It was being restructured for something greater than you could have imagined before. This is the moment where you stop questioning, why is this happening to me? And start realizing this is happening for me. And when that realization hits, everything changes. You move differently. You think differently. You carry a quiet strength that others can feel but not always understand, because you've experienced something internal that most people never even become aware of. So now I ask you the most important question of all. What will you do with this transformation? Will you ignore it, or will you rise into it? If you're ready to step fully into who you're becoming, comment, "I accept my transformation." Let that be your declaration. And if this video spoke to something deep inside you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mirror of the Soul. Because this isn't just content, this is a journey. And you're not walking it alone.